Do you have any thoughts on people who are listening to this show, people who are professionals, people who are team leaders, becoming those kind of rank and file sort of security? I mean, we use security champions as another term, but security ambassadors, like in terms of maybe doing, writing, letters to the editor, or just sort of getting involved in sort of like security literacy in your area. Because it feels like, I want to make sure that we don't just say like this needs to happen, but there's no real mechanism for it. Do you have any thoughts on how to sort of reverse the tide of this kind of, if it bleeds, it leads security covering?
Yeah, I think we in the industry we can hold the media accountable. I think that's one thing is we can actually call them out. I've done that where I've called out a particular publication for publishing something that was inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
They had a from someone that was also well known for spreading disinformation around nation state actors,
Mm-hmm.
and they never quoted that person again. Another publication actually removed their quote altogether.
Wow.
So there are things that we can do as in the industry to do that. And I also think that marketing can help with that too, because a lot of these publications are coin operated. And if a publication continues to spread FUD and they have a bad reputation, then maybe we shouldn't have our ads on their website.
Right.
So that's something that the media will listen to is all of a sudden their ad revenue's down. It's like, why is that? Well, we published these articles and we kind of tried to scare people, and we got some quotes from people that really didn't know what they were talking about. We got called out in the media, and we didn't back down. We kept doing it. That's going to maybe affect some change. So I think that we in the industry do have some clout to be able to do that. Whether calling them out in social media, in conferences, presentations, but also I think the security companies themselves can do it in the marketing departments with a little bit of advocacy. Like, let's focus on investing in the publications and the brands that are going to paint us in a good light, that are going to do well for the industry, versus just trying to get them to scare them into buying our product. Because
Yeah.
even if you do that, it's not going to work out well. Maybe you'll get them like for a year, but they're not going to renew.
Yeah, they're gonna feel eventually that you were, even if you weren't the person pulling the lever, they know that you're that you didn't stop the lever from being pulled.
Yeah.
So do you have any parting advice for tech writers trying to cover these types of news stories in a way that underlies the importance of the issue while not feeling like you're shaking up a can of bees in people's heads?
Well, I think one thing I've seen is like make sure that you do a little bit of background and some due diligence on the people that you're getting quotes from, things like that. I've seen time and time again where quotes get published from someone that really has no idea what they're talking about. They don't have
Yeah.
any experience in the industry. That's been an issue. But sometimes I know that there's crunch time, there's deadlines, you got to get a quote. But I think being able to have reputable folks that you go to that are going to give you honest feedback around a particular incident, I think is critically important. And sort of building that network. And there's a great network, particularly in InfoSec. I mean, there's, I have so many friends in the industry. Like we go to DEF CON and Black Hat, and it's just like, I don't even go to sessions anymore. We just hang out at the bar and catch up on things in the industry. It's the best.
Yeah.
But kind of getting tied into that, where maybe that person's not the expert on this topic, but they can direct you to someone who they know is. I think that's important to kind of build that community around it versus just trying to get a quote from anyone. So like that's one thing you can do.
Yeah.
But also becoming an expert yourself. There's a lot of great journalists out there, like Lorenzo with TechCrunch. Like he's really not only does he find the right people, but he also understands the industry really well. So if someone does try to bullshit him, that he's able to pick that out and call him out on it. That's the thing I really like to see. So I think some of the most like savvy journalists out there, like there was a few in Wired, things like that. I can't remember all their names, so I shouldn't try to name them, but they're really good. Like Kashmir. I met with her. Like she did a thing on Forbes. I did an article with her, and she went to DEF CON for the first time. And she
Great.
met with me, and I showed her around. And that's getting to know the people, getting to know the industry. I think that's really important. So if you're going to be reporting on InfoSec, I think if you can make yourself part of the community, not only is that going to help your stories because you're going to be trusted, you're also going to find the people that you can trust to give you honest feedback.
Have you seen Work Bites, the new security awareness training series from Infosec? Our team produced this series with 3 E's in mind, making security awareness training entertaining, engaging, and educational. Just go to infosecinstitute.com/free to learn more about this hilarious office comedy. And hey, let us know what you think about it.